Welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you for joining. This is a fun one today. I think it's fun today because we are in the Christmas season right now. And it's just, I don't know, one of my favorite seasons. Actually, I think it's one of yours too.
Oh, I love Christmas time. I love all the decorations, the hustle and bustle, the smells, the new foods and stuff. And I have to say, you're either somebody that loves it or you're not.
I love it. But I will say this year it took me 3 days to put all my decorations up. And I was so tired. Like, I'm like,
that's because you take 10 hours and you need to do it like me, which is in 2 minutes. I like plop them up there.
No, let me tell you, I have 3 trees and it was not by choice. We have a real tree. Jeff wants a real tree. So we have that one. And I do love having a real tree because it just smells amazing. It's just fun. Last year, I bought an artificial tree. No, excuse me, 2 years ago. But I, of course, did and lazy and did not measure it. And so when it came, I bought it for our big tree in the living room. And it was this tiny, skinny little tree. And so it only fits in our foyer. Do you know what I'm talking about? That foyer tree?
Yeah, I love that. And it looks so pretty there.
It does. But that was supposed to be our big tree for the living room.
No.
So I accumulated that. So now I have 2 trees. And then Mom bought me a white tree. So that goes in my dining room. So I have 3 trees to decorate. And it was not by choice. They are beautiful, but boy, it takes a lot out of me.
It does. And because my daughter's doing the Nutcracker for the first time, I am really into the Nutcracker stuff. I was just given a beautiful Nutcracker tea towel and a beautiful Nutcracker like doily thing and for my mother-in-law. And then my mom has been buying, she's going to take my daughter Lindsey and I to a Nutcracker tea, which is, if you're local, it's the Nutcracker tea. They put it on every year. It's at the West End downtown. And so Mom always gets my daughter Penelope like a little Nutcracker, something special. And this year, because we're actually at the ballet, I saw some preview of the gifts that they're selling at the table. And oh my gosh, I want them all. They have like ornaments. They have like little Nutcracker favors. I mean, and we've watched.
I'm going to get an ornament because I put the Nutcracker from last year on my tree.
Yes. And guess what? They're only $5.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. What is $5 nowadays?
I know. Not even a coffee.
I know. It's crazy. So yeah. So I'm really into all of that stuff. And I'm excited about the Nutcracker tea because she's like old. It's the perfect age. She's old enough to sit there and watch and listen to the story, but yet young enough where I can dress her up.
Yeah. It's really just a special time. And then we get to go watch her dance in the Nutcracker. She's going to be a little mouse. I'm excited about that. Jeff and I are going to this weekend. So I will already gone right when this records, and I'll tell you how it is next week. But we're going to the Biltmore estate to look at the candlelight service.
Can I come? I want to come.
So gorgeous. I mean, it's just stunning.
I haven't done that yet. Like, I've done the tours a long time ago with the Christmas at the Biltmore, but I haven't done the Christmas Village like you're talking about. I've never done that.
But the Biltmore is where we're going. We're going to go for lunch in the Biltmore Village, but we're going to the candlelight tour. And, I haven't seen it with adult eyes. You know what I mean? So I want to go back and see it with it's been 20 something years. So I'm really excited and I'll have a new appreciation.
So you'll appreciate it.
Yeah. Back then I'm like, where are we going for dinner, Mom? Oh, hurry up, and then now I'm like, ooh, that tree is gorgeous.
This place is old.
Those are some really nice decorations. When you get older, you're like, wow, decorations are expensive.
And you're also like this, love that crown molding. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I actually want to see the gardens now. I'm like, ooh, gosh, such hard work in those.
Oh yeah.
What fertilizer are they using?
As a kid, it was like, guys, it's so boring. Where's the Ferris wheel? There's no roller coasters.
I know. So I'm really excited. Well, today on the show, we are going to take you behind the scenes of our skin school. Ashley is over our skin school. It's really just a wealth of knowledge. Ashley does such an amazing amazing job. Boy, she is on it. For those of you who don't know, Ashley used to be a teacher, so she really has everything that you need, and she'll go over all the different ways that she puts her information in our Skin School. And we thought that we would revisit a topic that we have had in the past that a lot of people suffer with. I think so many people suffer from this. And she's going to just kind of go over her story and how you can help with it. And this is in Skin School. So this is one of the things that you would learn in Skin School inside our community, our skincare community. Very, very easy to be a part of it. Just head to lindseyholder.com. That's lindseyholder.com. I'll spell it for you. LINDSEYHOLDER.com. Just hit the join button, and then you will be asked for your first name, last name, email, and password. So you can go back and forth. And you're in. So just go to Skin School. Once you're in, you'll find it. Did want to let you know we do have an app as well. Once you're in Skin School, you'll be given instructions for the app. It's also on a website. I'm an app person, so I just pull out my app, and you can learn on the go. Learn while you're like waiting in line, while you're waiting for all of these holiday things. Very, very easy. So today we are going to talk about basically hyperpigmentation or melasma. If you suffer from brown patches, dark spots, maybe even a little mustache. I remember when Ashley got one, I'm like, oh, you got a little stash going on there, sis.
Oh, and I was like, I actually don't have any hair there. It's just, and at the time I didn't know what was going on. And I remember telling people, I was like, it looks like I have a mustache. And you know, when you know it's true and the person isn't arguing with you, and, you know, they're like, yeah. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, they're agreeing with me. And so then I would ask another person, and then I'd ask a man, like, you know, like, because at the time I worked at a school. So then I'd be like this, you know, hey, Mr. Brown, like, guys, like, it's like I have a mustache. And he'd be like, yeah.
I like how you have all the names. It was Mr. Brown.
I get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I didn't even put that together.
Mr. Smith or Mr. Jones, Mr. Brown. Was that planned?
There's some little subconscious stuff going on there. That's hilarious.
Isn't that funny? So hydroquinone is the ingredient we're going to talk about today. We're going to tell you like what the side effects are, how they can help you lighten up the dark patches, a little bit about controversy with it. Ashley's going to, again, share her personal skin care story and just discuss this behind the scenes of our Skin School and LaPree Beauty.
So speaking with hydroquinone, I wanted to talk to you about the hydroquinone ingredient because if you go into a dermatologist and you suffer from the dark brown patches, melasma, hyperpigmentation, they will often prescribe hydroquinone because it's a medicine used to lighten dark spots. You also might have heard of this as the mask of pregnancy. And the reason why it's causing all of this stuff is because it has to deal with your hormones. So maybe you were on birth control pills and then you went out into the sunshine, or, you know, you're pregnant, and it's all has to do with the hormones. And once you get it, once it's like this thing is clicked on, I mean, you're going to suffer for it from the rest of your life. And it can be embarrassing and completely change the look of your skin. That's what happened to me. And that's why I'm really, really passionate about Skin School. I'm really passionate about our podcast. I'm really passionate about skincare because usually when you find somebody that's so passionate about something, it's because they had a struggle or a problem and they couldn't find the solution. And that's what happened with me. But before I'm about to go into and share my personal story, I did want to say, if you are enjoying the show with Lindsey and I each week, please rate our podcast. It would really mean so much to Lindsey and I. And if you want to add a comment, heck yeah, please. We love listening to you, hearing things.
But I always like to know the meaning behind that, or the reason behind that, because that makes your podcast show up more in ratings, right? So that people can find us.
Yes. So that it helps Lindsey and I be in the ratings. So it helps support our channel.
And then other people who need skin advice and beauty advice, they can find us. Okay. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
They can find us too. So it's one of those things that it's so important, and it's just a little thing on your end that you can do that helps. And I know it's an extra step, but it's actually a big deal, and we notice it. So I just want to say thanks if you can do that. So,
well, I would say there's a little controversy with it for sure. And sometimes nowadays you say hydroquinone and some people are like, no, I am not using that. I'm going to use anything about that. And my response with that, because I researched it pretty heavily a few episodes ago, actually one of our beginning ones, I think it's at the very beginning of our podcast. If you'll scroll back and find the episode, I go over the studies and everything like that. So my best advice is to use your own best judgment after you hear the studies that have been done and what the results are. I do think sometimes people read one study or something and they don't read all the results. And so just go back and see what fits best for you. Personally, here's my take on it. I'm okay using hydroquinone in small doses. What I mean by that is small amount of time. It's almost like, to me, like an antibiotic. I just, don't keep on using it. You want to get off of it, but it does work. And that is where I kind of fit in with that. I'll tell you a little bit later some other alternatives. If you don't feel comfortable using hydroquinone, it certainly is not the only thing that you can do. But I did want to, before we moved on, I know that there is some controversy of it. So just do what's best for you.
All right. So I know firsthand what melasma can do. I still deal with it on a daily occasion. As I mentioned before, I had a brown patch above my upper lip, and it looked like I had a dark mustache. Okay. It was so incredibly embarrassing. I didn't know what to do. And it happened to me when I was in my 20s. So that's where my love for skin, understanding skincare, understanding options, that's when it was born. So then I did stuff to, calm it down and stuff. And then later in life, when I was pregnant with my firstborn, my melasma went from just my mustache area to all over my face. So it spread to not only did I still have my mustache, now I had the forehead, my cheeks, and my chin. And I can't even tell you, I didn't even want to go out of my house. It was really tough. And so that's why I understand the importance of feeling confident in your skin, because I did not feel confident in my skin, and I didn't want to run into anybody that I knew because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed of the way I looked. So anyway, so that's when I went to the dermatologist and I was prescribed hydroquinone. And today we're going to talk about it, how it works, and then what there are other options out there that may even be better. Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought we got to do something about this.
Oh, yeah.
And I am an esthetician. I'm going to figure this out.
Also, Lindsey was embarrassed. Okay. She was walking around with me and it didn't look good. I had to guilt trip Lindsey into this because I was like, Lindsey, you're an esthetician and you own a spa. And here I am, your sister and best friend, and I look like this. I go, this gives you a bad name.
That's right. We got to figure it out.
So hydroquinone is a cream that's used to lighten the dark spots or patches that you may have your skin. So you're like, oh, okay, that's simple enough, right? I go to the doctor, I get a cream, and my brown spots magically appear. Okay, that's what I thought, but it's not that simple. So hydroquinone is used to bleach the skin and reduce the number of, oh man, I love this word because I can't pronounce it, melanocytes. Okay. So what are melanocytes? That's what makes the melanin that produces your skin tone. All right. So how to use hydroquinone. Since it's a bleaching agent, like Lindsey said, you're not going to want to keep this as permanent part of your skincare routine. Just like Lindsey said, you use hydroquinone for a short amount of time to reduce the dark spots and the brown patches. However, this is the part that made me really sad when I was going through this. When you get off the hydroquinone, the brown patches can come back. And for me, it was such a horrible cycle because I thought that was going to be my answer. I was like, I followed the directions.
I told you that. I was like, listen, you're going to get rid of it for a little bit, but it's an ongoing battle.
And when you have this as your skincare condition, you don't want to hear that. I did not want to hear that it was going to be forever. I didn't want to hear that it was an ongoing battle. I was like, well, that's for other people. For me, I'm going to use my little cream. It's going to go away and I'm going to be good.
Okay, I want to interject. I'll give you a good point about that. It really is an ongoing battle. However, once you treat it like, that first round, it comes back more slowly. You can catch it. And so you're not getting that full face again, like boom, you wake up and there it is. Like it's a slow roll when it comes back. And so it could be even spot treated at that point.
Yes. For me, it was really complicated. I would look in the mirror, I would see different colors on my skin, and I just wanted one color, like just one even color. And then I was, then I researched and looked into the studies, and I didn't want to use it any longer because I wasn't a fan of putting the bleach on my skin. And now I was concerned about it getting into my bloodstream. And then I was like, this is so flippin' temporary, because as soon as like it got hot outside or I was out in the sun, even with sunscreen and my sun hat, it would come up again. And so then I'm like, God, just wanted to cry.
Yeah. Well, so again, there is some controversy about hydroquinone. Do what's right for you. Sometimes you may even want to use it at the beginning to get, the most of it, and then you can switch to another alternative ingredient to keep it up. So if there are alternatives. If you're not comfortable with hydroquinone, you could use arbutin, tretinoin, and OneSkin is great. I talk about OneSkin all the time. It has really just overall brightened up my skin. You can't use hydroquinone or retinol and tretinoin while you're pregnant. So having alternatives like the OneSkin, I'm a huge, huge fan of LED light therapy, home derma rolling with a combination of arbutin or Bacachil is great. Other alternatives, if you want to use medallic acid or kojic acid, are good options. And lastly, add a vitamin C. It's a nice brightener. I think you should add it every day into your daily routine. That's a lot of alternatives. You do have other options that don't feel like you can just achieve glowy, bright skin with hydroquinone. You have all these other alternatives. And I talk about, I feel like I should be, like they should pay me at this point. I feel like I talk about OneSkin all the time.
I was about to say, disclaimer here, Lindsey is not a OneSkin rep. I mean, we have no stock in the company. And I'm like, you're just like a commercial for them. And we don't get paid for this.
You know what? This is when they say, like when you are a fan of something, you just naturally talk about it. I am their biggest free commercial. I think they're on every single episode.
You're a big fan of them, and I'm a big fan of Soluma.
4 or 5.
Of Soluma, because I believe in that so much. And again, we are not on their payroll.
Yeah, I know. Now, disclaimer, if you do purchase it, I am smart enough to get a percentage of, be an affiliate. So I am smart enough, but they don't, they're not like, here, mention us and you get this X amount of money.
No, and it's a very small payout. With the Soluma, the price point is so high and the payout is so low. Like they really need to work on their affiliate program. It's horrible.
Any affiliate is kind of, I think, you're getting a few bucks here and there. It's not like we're like rolling in it, so I'm not trying to be like, oh, buy all this so we can make some. No, I really want to help your skin. And I've just seen not only my skin, but my client's skin and Ashley's skin, my mom's skin. Last night, I started to put it on Jeff. Now, Jeff is horrible at letting me put any type of skincare on him or any kind of anything on his skin. So he finally let me, I said, please, all I need to do is put this OneSkin on your face so then I can start to see results. So we started that journey last night. So we'll see how that goes. With the hydroquinone, here's my story. And I've mentioned this in the past. I had really, really bad hyperpigmentation on my inner thighs when I did laser hair removal years ago. It was horrible. And I thought, this is so embarrassing. I don't even want to go to the pool because it's so noticeable. And it was like on both of my inner thighs. So the nurse gave me a combination of hydroquinone and retin-A. And boy, that is a really strong combo. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is I'm going to have like lizard legs. But I didn't. Stride, it worked. I'm very fortunate. It has not come back. as of yet. And this is years ago. And I only had to do it for a very short time. I think 3 weeks max.
Well, you also don't get your inner thighs out in the sun too much too.
That is true. I really don't. I have I really don't. And so anyway, I had it maybe 3 weeks then it was gone, and I haven't had to do it back. So now I use a microneedle, I use the Soluma, and I do the One Skin Body on my body.
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay, so this is what I did to solve my melasma, my brown spots, my hyperpigmentation. Mine was on my face. So you can't, the sun's going to always hit your face. I could not hide it from the elements of heat. So, and by the way, y'all, it still hasn't come back. And let me tell you what I do. In the mornings, I go to hot yoga or hot Pilates, depending on the day. Okay. So talk about this working for me. It's a flipping miracle. And I just like to say, you're welcome. This took me so long to solve, and I am so excited to tell you what I did. And I want to hear from you. I hope it works. If you have any questions, reach out to me in the community. Happy to help. All right. So it's not topical cream. It's not a gel, and it's natural, which is my favorite thing. So I have a specific skincare routine that I'm going to tell you, and it comes also with a modality, otherwise known as a beauty tool. So in the very beginning, when my brown spots, my melasma, were out of control, I used the Soluma Pro on my face every other night. They have different modes on there. I pressed the mode that was labeled aches and pains, and they also have a wrinkle mode on there, and then they have another mode. I forgot what it is. But the reason why I chose the aches and pains mode,
I can tell you, they have acne, wrinkles and pain, and then wrinkles and pain, excuse me, anti-aging wrinkles, and then your pain, aches and pains.
So the reason why I chose the aches and pains mode was because it penetrates deeper into the layers of the skin. And so I wanted that one because I wanted it to go deep, because the melasma is not on just the first layer of the skin. It goes deep into your layers of the skin. And then I also leave the pulse on. You can use the eye goggles if that bothers you. I personally do not use the eye goggles because I also want the lights on the upper part of my lids, because I have noticed it's raised my eye area. It's raised my eye area, which is, I wasn't even expecting that. And I noticed it. I was like, oh my word, this has lifted my eyes. Like, dang. Okay. So then I would follow with my serums and moisturizers. So Lindsey mentioned this earlier, and I do this every morning. In the morning, I always apply a vitamin C serum. Now, we've gone into another podcast where we talk about specific vitamin C's and niacinamide. If vitamin C, you're like, ooh, Ash Bear, that's a little strong for me, I use a 10% vitamin C. Lindsey uses a 20% or a 15%. But the reason why I also do it in the morning is because not only is it used for a brightening for your skin, it also enhances the use of your sunscreen. So that's what I do. So in the morning, like literally, I've got my little backpack. After my hot yoga, whatever I do, they have a little shower there. I do toner, and then I apply my vitamin C serum, and then I do my moisturizer mixed in with my sunscreen.
There's different LED devices on the market. First of all, Ashley, I don't think anybody's calling you Ash Bear. They don't know what you're talking about.
I like to call myself Ash Bear.
But that was so funny. I'm like, nobody knows what you're talking about.
Nobody calls me nicknames. My husband, I even said, will you call me a nickname or something? He's like,
you
no.
Call yourself Ash Bear.
He's just not that person. So I just call myself things like that.
That is hysterical. We have, so LED lights, I've had multiple ones, and the two that I've noticed a difference, because there's different strengths of the lights. There could be a whole podcast of the differences between the LED light devices. The ones that have worked for me are, of course, the one that we've been talking about, Soluma. That's excellent. The reason why we love that one so much is it is a curvature piece. We have the Soluma Pro. That one allows you to curve so close to your face. You like tuck it literally right behind your neck. You get it so close, and you can also curve it on other parts of the body. I put it on my lower legs. I do it on my thighs for cellulite. I do it on my face. I curve it everywhere. The other one, and it has different modes, which I really like. The other one, which I like, is Current Body. I use that one actually mainly on my face, and the Soluma, I'll do the Soluma for a strong one. And when I have 30 minutes, the downfall with Soluma is you're under the light for 30 minutes and you can't do anything. The pro of Current Body, which I do like, is you strap it on your face. It's 10 minutes only. If you can go longer if you want, but you can do other things and see while you're doing the light. I just ordered during the holiday special, what's it called? Black Friday. I got with my own money. So they didn't say, I got the neck and décolleté piece. I'm mid 40s, 45, going on 46 in May. So I need to strengthen that part on my neck and my décolleté, get the collagen elasticity and brightening on that as well. So do your research. Actually, I think we have an LED episode coming up within the next month or two. I'm pretty sure we have one about the LED devices. So make sure to listen to that.
So now that my brown patches are under control, what I do now is I use the LED device 2 to 3 times a week. And here's an extra step that I've started to do. On my LED days, I really try to microneedle, do my at-home microneedling, and then I'll use the LED afterwards for additional glowing results. And then after the LED, then I will also use my serums, peptides, all that stuff. And then also what I've incorporated is I'm also now using the OneSkin peptides every morning. So what I'll do is in the morning, I just get a little cotton round and just wipe my eyes off. And then what I'll do is I will do the OneSkin peptides, because you want that to be your first thing that you apply to your skin in the morning. And then once that's soaked in, then you can apply your vitamin C and whatever other serums that you wanted to do. So yeah, so that's what I've done. And
the next thing that I'm doing now for this year is the droplet. I just ordered the droplet. It's micro infusion. I haven't talked about it that much yet because I just started. I think I'm on my 4th capsule. I let Penelope. Penelope spent the night and she put it on she loved it. She got to turn it on, swirl the droplet. It's around my skin.
Oh my gosh. I'm so jealous. I wanted to let y'all know that I was over at Lindsey's house for Thanksgiving and I knew she had the droplet and I was like, ooh, I want to try. And Lindsey, it's being a little selfish. She's like, you're not trying that right now. We got things to do. And I'm like, oh, I want to try the droplet. I know. I want to try it though. I want to try it. I'm so excited.
Those things are expensive. I'll need to check for that, please.
I know. I know it's so expensive. It's such a bummer, but
every capsule is precious. I do wish it was a lower price point. It is expensive, but okay. The droplet is, and I need a whole nother podcast on this, but it's supposed to be able to, because it's micro infusion. So it's like a mist. So it's getting 20 times deeper than your regular skincare. So I watched a video with the owners of Droplet and OneSkin, and they said that I could use the OneSkin first. The Droplet first before the OneSkin. So I have been doing that, but everything that you're doing, Ashley, is excellent. Love the combination of the derma rolling with the LED. It's just so good to do that right after. Good to me, the LED devices that are higher price point, they just seem to have worked better. And again, I have mentioned in the past, I've had multiple LED devices, and actually I even gave one of my thicker Jason mask ones to Ashley. And Ashley, you didn't really see a difference with that one either.
No, I was like, LED lights are a bunch of hocus pocus. It does not work. I put that thing on my face religiously, saw no difference. Nothing.
So it really makes a difference. And then I sent it to one of my friends and she hasn't said anything. I need to check with her. And I thought that's because this light does not have the strength that these other ones do.
You have to have the strength of the light, and you also have to have the right light combination and also the spacing. So with that comes, it's going to be at a higher price point. And you have to look at it. Are you going to invest in a nice piece that's actually going to work? Because when I think of things like that, I'm like, I'm investing in this modality because it works. And so because it works, I use it because it's so expensive and because it works.
If you want to use another tool, you could use microdermabrasion as well. I do microdermabrasion as a part of my hydrofacial treatment at the spa, and then we incorporate the LED after that. So that's also a nice combination, just to let you know. But hydroquinone, since we are talking about that, it's not going to last forever. So just know that going forward.
And then, I mean, yeah, like Lindsey said at the very beginning, because I couldn't even use hydroquinone with my pregnancy. So we did a at-home microdermabrasion, and it got like the strong layers of my skin. It's like it got it off. And so it really helped. But I just want to be completely honest, dealing with melasma and hyperpigmentation is a beast. Okay. It is a beast. It takes consistency, and it takes using the right tools and the products to get it tamed. But I am here to say it is possible. I now am able to leave the house with no makeup on and only sunscreen. And without being embarrassed. Like, I'm like, my skin looks great. And that is so huge from where I came from. And I'm just so thankful that it worked for me. And I'm thankful that if there is somebody out there that this can help them, I am so excited about that, because this makes a big difference in how you feel about yourself and how you are able to carry on in the world.
So Ashley, where are the side effects for hydroquinone? Where do you put those at? Because some people are going to want to know where the side effects are.
Oh, the side effects.
You explain those in Skin School, right?
Yeah. So I explain thank you. So I can go on a tangent. That was Lindsey's cute way of saying, all right, Ashley.
Hurry up.
Stop it. All right. So,
I'm like, you've said that sentence 3 times.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just really passionate about it. But yeah. So the side effects of hydroquinone, those are all in Skin School. And Skin School, again, is so easy to get into. It's just with our LaPree Beauty free anti-aging community. You just go to lindseyholder.com, or you can click on it in the links of our podcast. It'll take you right there. You sign in with a name and create a easy password that you'll remember. Boop, you're in. And so what I do is, let me just tell you a little bit behind the scenes of Skin School. So each week I release a new detailed, very research ingredient or a skincare topic of the week. And each piece is specially created for the 4 learning types, because I used to be a teacher, so I know how important it is to include those. So you've got the visual, which is the photographs in there. You've got the auditory, which is a recording. So if you're like, that's your learning type, I've got that in there. I've got linguistics in there. That's by reading the full post full of the concepts. And then I have kinesthetic, which is providing you with the method of how to use the product or the tool. And so that's the way I structure the Skin School.
I'm such a visual. I like the visual, like to watch the words and, see it scroll at the same time. That's really cool.
Yes. And really what I do is, so I get a lot of questions of, well, how do you get the ingredient or the topic of the week? And Lindsey will tell them. Where do I get it from, Lindsey?
We'll get it from y'all, really.
Yeah, it's true. Like, you think that we on the podcast were just talking out in space and stuff. No, I know you're listening. I actually am listening to you, and that's where I get the topics. The LED lights, somebody said, Ashley, can you please do something on LED lights? The dry brush, somebody asked me to do a thing on dry brush. I've got all about acids. Somebody asked me to explain AHA acids, BHA acids, that kind of stuff. I listen to what you want to hear about.
That's great. You can send us a message easily inside our LaPree Beauty community. I feel like that's a really cool feature that you can get directly to us. Like, once you're inside the community, just hit message and send. We get a lot of messages from people like, hey, can you talk about this? And a couple, one that I just received was, hey, can you talk about the order of the skincare? And another one asked, can you talk about skincare for teenagers? And I was like, yeah, I was not thinking that at all. So it was very helpful to know that a mom wanted to know about skincare for her teenager. So just DM us, give us our ideas. If you have a skincare concern or issue, just let us know what you're interested in learning. And we take that into highly consideration. And then you could be featured on this podcast, just like a few episodes ago, we featured community questions as well. So we are just so grateful for all of you. We're so appreciative that you are allowing us to use this space to educate you. We want you to feel empowered, informed, and just feel so good about taking care of your own skin. And we work really hard to do so. So please message us. We cannot wait to see you inside our community. Our next episode, I'm going to take you behind the scenes on my skincare secrets videos and just tell you exactly what's inside some of my videos. I really like this, Ashley. I think we should do more of these behind the scenes on Skin School so people can know exactly what we are talking about. So I really liked it. We hope you have a wonderful week. We are going to leave and enjoy some more Christmas festivities and get ready for the Nutcracker. And we will see you inside the community, and we will see you next week. Until next time.